Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. And I just want to welcome you to the channel, wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for joining and watching today. And of course, if you have been a regular of this channel, you know what I'm about to say. Smash those likes. This helps get this content out to more people. It also helps to support the channel. And you can also share this content with your family and your friends, your coworkers, anybody that needs some financial freedom in their lives. Also, I have a ton of great resources below in the description of this video. My cheat sheet is below. It has stocks and crypto, tons of links, free education, airdrops that are about to be dropped as well, all in the links below in the description, as well as the Stocks with Josh Discord. Okay, I'm in that crypto channel, in that Discord on a daily basis. So I really encourage you, if you're not part of some kind of crypto or stocks community or want both, this would be a great place to be part of the most amazing community. So that is also linked in the description and in my cheat sheet. Okay, we're going to jump into some news items here. And first of all, what we have is Bitcoin. Everything you need to watch right now, the daily 200 EMA, the 200 MA, which is different than the EMA, providing some resistance for now up around that level. 65K is the key level to watch for bullish continuation. So we're being held down by that 200 MA. Remember the 200 EMA, how powerful that was that we broke above that. We did that, and now we're trapped. What we want to do is see a break and a retest of that 200 EMA here. I'm just going to boost this up. So here we go. We want to break and retest above there, and then I think we're off to the races up to the 69.70K, and we'll face some same kind of situation here. But look what happened with the 200 EMA. We broke from there. You can see how we were just bouncing around it. Lots of candles, up, down, down again. And then we came up here and we busted through that. And there we are there. So we could obviously see a retest back down to that 59 level there, of course. But there's been some strong rejection there, candles. So all eyes are on the 200 MA, as well as the 200 EMA for support if we do come down there. October is starting very soon. Are you ready? Are you ready? Bitcoin monthly returns by month. September could be green, and I did say to you, watch out, because everybody so bearish and Rectember, and the market tends to do the opposite of what the majority wants it to do or thinks it's going to do. Okay, so there you have it. November actually. He talks about October. We need a nickname for November. Not sure what we have there, but certainly some great monthly returns for Bitcoin there, which is why I was encouraging everybody to have their bags ready to go and packed and ready to go for takeoff. Previous cycles, when the 100 moving average weekly made a new all-time high, the Bitcoin price exploded. Looking forward to the coming weeks and months. So we've seen this happen. Let's see if we can see the Bitcoin price begin to explode. I think we're going to see some pretty nice upside in this final quarter of 2024. Rect Capital, tomorrow, Bitcoin will be 161 days after the halving, which is exactly the amount of time post-halving when Bitcoin broke out from its reaccumulation range in 2020, okay? And that was just yesterday. So we are looking to see a break here from Bitcoin. What is it going to do at that 200 moving average? Are we going to come down and retest the 200 EMA first? How is this going to play out? Will history repeat? It so far has, someone had made a mention about how not putting trust in the 4-year cycle. And certainly, or depending on it, I don't depend on the 4-year cycle. But while it still is following, historically, it's never been broken, number one. And so from the history of Bitcoin right through to today, the 4-year cycle has not been broken. So while it's not been broken, I'm going to continue to trade it and profit off it. At some point that becomes broken, then you have to shift your narrative and you have to evolve and you have to adapt. But until the cycle is broken, I'm going to continue to trade the cycle. Certainly don't trust the cycle. I don't trust I don't trust the market makers at all. This cycle, but I do feel that following the 4 year cycle is beneficial to everybody, including the market makers, including the exchanges and all the players that are involved. So I do think we are going to continue on this cycle. 12 trillion was printed in 2020. It's currently locked up in T-bills and money market funds. Now, the Fed starts lowering interest rates. That's 12 trillion that will fly into risk. I agree with this. They're not getting as much now on that money. They've lost half, and there's another probably half. It's going to keep coming down. At some point, that money is going to slowly start to flow into risks assets because people are going to see that their money is not getting that interest, that they were that good high yield that it was getting, and they're going to look to flow into others. And as they see other people start to push into risk assets, they're going to start to say, hey, I'm only making now less than 5%. Look what I can be making now as Bitcoin and the crypto markets start to surge there. And then, of course, we have Bitcoin whales book profits in the recent price upswing, which is why we probably saw them take profits at about the 200 moving average there, selling over 30,000 Bitcoin in the last 96 hours worth 1.86 billion. Okay, if everybody talks about, oh, you're going to have diamond hands, the whales, we're here to make money, not to show off our diamond hands. Okay, oh, I got diamond hands. I didn't sell at 69, and then Bitcoin went all the way down to 16. That's not diamond hands, people. Okay, we're here to make money. We're here to profit. We're here to sell the tops and buy the dips. Rinse, repeat. Sell the tops, buy the dips. Sell the tops, buy the dips. Rinse, repeat. That's how you become successful in this market, in my opinion. And remember, I am not a financial advisor, not at all. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? Says the great Maximus Decimus Meridius from the movie Gladiator. But I do agree with that. Let's jump into the charts here. And as you can see here, we've had, one thing I wanted to note here, a little bit of bearish divergence here. So you can see here, we have a high, and then we have a higher high. It's on the 4 hour time chart, by the way. Here we have on the stochastic a high and then a lower high. And on the RSI, it's ever so slight, but you can see there high, and it is just a touch lower here on the RSI. So this could lead to some downside. How much? Maybe we've already seen the little bit of downside. Down from almost 65 down to, where we are 63. Maybe we'll see that play out. Let's see if we see a reversal here, but we could come down. Look, this is an area of interest for me. We've got a Lux Algo order block starting at 60 here, but this is a first area, not the first area of interest, but this is an area of interest for me. It's got the 200 EMA on the 4 hour there at 60 and the 50-day at just below it. So that is rock solid right there. I would expect there to be some rebound from there if we were to come down here. And a little bit lower, we could obviously wick down to this 58. So that's what I'm kind of seeing as a possibility. But also, look what we got here. We've got this area here from 62 down to about 61. There is some good support there. There's some good wicks. Just this little area here that we might see filled, which would be some of this upside coming down. We've already come down and filled some of this here. There's a little bit of support here. And look, we might hold and push up. See if we look on the daily time frame here. Certainly, look, this is very bullish. This is a W pattern here. A low, a higher low, a W. Then we've got distance here. This is where all the whales were taking profit. This is where I was taking profit as well, right at this zone right here. Smart money, follow the smart money, okay? But if we come down here, and then we've got we've got the EMA ribbons down here, support down here at about 60 as well. So this is a real cluster right here, and price can be drawn down into this area here, and that would be still very bullish for a nice retest before further continuation. Come look at breaking that 65. Now, if that's what the market expects, then we might just come down to that 61 to 62K level and find support. So the first support level for me is that 61, 62K level, okay? Further to that, we've got some real crazy good support right here at around this 59 to 60K level. This is where the 200 EMA on the daily and the 50-day moving average there. And so that could be a good place of a successful retest, could be a good place to enter a trade. Certainly you could take a more aggressive trade up around the 61, 62 level. Let's flip to the 1 hour here. And we see, so 61, 61, 66. What do I like? 666, 61, 66, 61. Yeah, around 61, 700 there could be an area also to jump in and enter a trade. And even more aggressively, you can trade these bands here, the bottom of this band here at 62 for some support. So there you go. So there's an area there for an entry. There's an entry there. Certainly you could get even more aggressive on the 15-minute chart there at 63. You can see how it has bounced off that. So you find there support. Once you lose this, you can just flip to the next one. This is something I learned, which I think is great, and go, okay, where's the next level of support? There it is, 617. We lose that, go to the 2 hour. Where's the next level of support? Down there, 60. We lose that level. Where do we go? We go to the next level down. This is 59,900. We lose that. Next level. Where do we go down? There we go. Down to that level there. So the 200 EMA is just such a powerful indicator, along with these ribbons. These are EMA ribbons. They start from the 2 EMA. I think they go all the way up to the 100 EMA. So I've got my 200 EMA and then all the other EMAs in there. And there's just these thick yellow lines provide great support. If you want to learn more about that, check out my Life Changing Gains series. It's free and it's in the cheat sheet below. Now, it's not too late to jump on the Bitcoin train. Certainly, there was somebody who said, I want to buy some Bitcoin. Am I too late? Well, if you believe Bitcoin's going to 100K, you're not too late. If it's going to 120, you're going to see some good upside to your money. I mean, if you're in the SPY, I think the historical gain on the SPY year over year is like 10%. Well, that would give you about a 40% upside on Bitcoin on your money between now and within a year, if you believe that is going to be the case, as I do. So there are certainly some entries there, certainly if we come back down. But dollar cost average is not a bad strategy. There's nothing wrong with buying Bitcoin here, if you buy a small amount. Nothing wrong at all. In fact, there are people who just buy Bitcoin the same amount every day. I know somebody who buys Bitcoin every Friday at 10 a.m., around 10 a.m., buys the same amount every day, whatever the price may be. There is certainly a strategy. I am more in the camp of buying the dips and then selling these tops, because I feel like I'm dollar cost averaging with a little bit of a different strategy. So therefore, I gave you the lows here. I said back in July, we had that July 4th, crash down July 5th bottom. I said that was going to be the low. Time to load up your bags. Those that listened made some great gains. I did it again back here in August. I said this, particularly August, I thought this was going to be the low, and it has turned out to be down here. Yen cash carry trade crash. That was a bit of a black swan event. I mean, we saw Tau go Potenza Tau went all the way down to $160, and I was urging people to buy. And today it hit $580. Okay, so I gave you that trade down here. You can go back and look at all my videos. Every day I was saying this is the bottom. And then just recently, I had said historically the September bottom had been put in within the first 8 days of September, halving year on the 6th of September. I said when that low came in and we had a nice little pop there, I said this is the low. Those of you who listen managed to get Tau again, managed to get Bitcoin again at 51. And would have rode it up to 64. Those of you who got Bitcoin down at 48 and rode it up to 65. There were some great trades in here. Or if you'd listened to me here on this low back in July, you would have got Bitcoin down here around the low 50s and rode this up all the way to 70K. You could have made life-changing gains just in this 3-month period following my videos that I've launched. I only just started this channel in May, and I've accurately called this bottom every single time, and I've accurately taken profits every single time. Okay, now it's not saying that we can't push on further up from here, because we may, but we certainly could come back and test this area here, which I would just reload again. Okay, and if you got back in here, 225, Potenza Tau, I gave the trade. I even, and we'll talk about that in the altcoin video in a couple of hours, because that has absolutely exploded. And there, and I took some more profit on Tau just as Bitcoin got up to here, and so and on some of my altcoins as well. So certainly that's where I see Bitcoin going. If we have a nice break above the 200 moving average, it's at around 65, then obviously a retest of that, and we're off to these high areas of 68 to 70,000, and that could well happen. Remember what I've said in the past: when Bitcoin moves and really takes off, it'll take off fairly suddenly. It'll just go. I'll give you a warning. Look, it just gone, and then people, I want to wait for the pullback. There was no pullback. There was no pullback. Once it took off, a bit of sideways, bang, sideways, bang, sideways, bang, up, and then finally there was a retest. And it's like, the retest was 62K. And obviously we did have some more downside here as we went on, but it took a long time. But it didn't ever come back to these levels that it took off from. And you can see there's a bit of a slow up, and then just boom, it just took off there. And so it's important to note that, just to be prepared and have your bags packed. I don't think there's a lot of altcoins that haven't popped yet. And we're going to go over the altcoin show and talk about some trades that may still be able to get in there if you are fortunate enough. Okay, well, we're going to wrap it up because we've got an altcoin show to do, and that's going to be coming up in just a couple of hours. Again, I really do appreciate all the kind comments and encouragement that you take the time. You don't have to, but you take the time to do it. And I really do appreciate that. And also all the questions that here, I do look to get back to those as quickly as I am able to. So be patient. If I haven't gone back to your question, I am getting through them as quickly as I am able to. All right, until the next episode, happy trading.